So just got back from our second trip to Amherstburg and Kingsville, trying to compare the towns, decide where we want to live. They were both great, but Amherstburg, at the last second, a lot of information poured in and we decided no. He's in the ocean. He's in the ocean. So first, let me say, if you live in Amherstburg, you're fine. You're gonna be okay, most likely. Don't panic, like just maybe shut the video off and don't watch this part. But I found some information out and I could sense it intuitively, and I heard lots of you commenting about similar things, so let's just get into it. Amherstburg versus Kingsburgville. God, that whole Essex region, southern Ontario, it's a different climate than anything I've known. It's slightly warmer, a little more mild winters. It's like a tropical Florida of Canada. Really cold though, like basically, but it's much better than most of Canada. I know there's some pockets of BC and Victoria that have slightly less rain, but it's all gray, cloudy hell. And like, that's too far away for us. We can't do it, so it's not an option. So the whole southern region sounds great on paper until you start researching, and apparently the big C that YouTube doesn't want me to talk about for some reason, they just ban my videos whenever I mention the word, that is much higher in that southern region of Ontario. And I'm like, why is that? Like, there's several possibilities. It's a big farming area. Maybe it's sprayed with pesticides. That can't be good. Like, there's a lot of cornfields out there and pesticides all day, and that wind is being carried to your nose and your mouth. There's also Sarnia, like just north, and they have like so many chemical refining plants. Like, they took over this native reserve. There was this whole beautiful native reserve, and then they started building chemical plants there, and then the kids of that little village like started getting really sick, really young, and it was just like they devastated that community, and that dumps into that river that slides down to the Detroit River and Windsor, and that heads on down to Amherstburg and then into Lake Erie. So like, there's a lot of potential, but I heard from two different sources. One, the Uber driver, he like knew more than anyone I've talked to. He researched so much, and he said, Amherstburg's a great town. A lot of people dying over there young, early. It's because it's very close to the Detroit nuclear power plant. Hear me out. He said in Amherstburg, every year or every 2 years or something, they give you a free gas mask. You have to go claim it because you're in the potential zone of harm from that plant. If something goes wrong, Amherstburg is right there. It's like 11 miles from that plant, whereas Kingsville is like 26 miles. We don't get no free gas mask because we're safe as hell. Now, this is just one of the reasons, but we just kept hearing it over and over again, like, cancer rate. Don't say that. Every opportunity I could to ask a local, I would say something like, yeah, we're debating moving here, Amherstburg or Kingsville. What do you think about that? And like, they'd all chip in their little thoughts. And like, this cashier at Zehrs in Kingsville was like, Kingsville all the way. And I'm like, you're biased probably, but she's like, yeah, these C rates up there, it's like, that's bad news. They're close to this nuclear power plant and like all the, close to Windsor. And it's just, do you want to ever be close to Windsor energy? Have you ever felt it? You ever rode a bus? I rode a bus through a nice neighborhood to a bad neighborhood, admittedly, but God, the energy of that town is just so bad. And they're very close to Amherstburg. Like, the first place you're getting out of Windsor is probably Amherstburg. And apparently they're building like this other bridge that goes from Detroit to Windsor, and that will flood in so much more to Amherstburg. It's going to be so much closer and more accessible. I'm just looking for like the optimal health. I want a nice small town with beautiful fresh air quality and nice organic food. And I noticed that like down in Amherstburg, I'm getting these smells similar to Windsor. Like you just smell it. It's like, what is that? Like, I didn't see any plants around. Like there's some industrial stuff near the river and they're building on, I don't know what they're doing down there, but it smells bad in certain pockets. It's not as bad as Windsor. You just fly through that place and it's like, wow. A lot of people have to like shut the car windows and turn off the venting. It's bad. There's a sewage treatment plant in LaSalle, the nicest neighborhood. Yeah, if you don't breathe, but the air just didn't feel that fresh. There were moments where it was okay, but we're by a river. Sure, there's a bit of a smell, bit of a something down here, but it's not bad. The people are nice. Usually when I go to a small town anywhere, even near here, like Whitby even, it's like, oh, that's so much better than Toronto. Whereas in Amherstburg, it was better than Toronto, but I wasn't like blown away, but like, wow. Because it's like a small town, you would think. But when I get to Kingsville, then I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. And it's a sweet spot. It's not near anything. It's just on the shore. There's a bigger city, but it's pretty far away. Leamington is not perfect. It's on Lake Erie, which is apparently the most polluted of all the Ontario Great Lakes. That's a problem. And it's also surrounded by farmland, which is not organic, so it's sprayed with pesticides. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And there's some trees. Those are bound to suck up something. So it's like Kingsville just felt right on all levels. It was like the air is better, the nature is nicer. The food, like Zier's, I don't remember it from the first time being that good, but when we went to the second time, it was like full of organic food and it was just like the biggest grocery store I've ever seen in my life and it was huge and Cynthia was just like, oh my God, they have everything I would ever need. I could eat 100% organic here and it's like, there we go. So it's like, moved to Amherstburg for worse air and hardly any organic. The most organic was in Walmart, and that's just weird. That can't be good. When I was researching organic farms in Amherstburg, I found one, Jack's Organics, and it's like, okay, that's not too far out of town. I could scooter right there, buy a bunch of stuff, come back, cool, I'll do that later. And we're talking to some guy, and he's like, the realtor from Amherstburg, he said, yeah, you can't buy anything from there. They just export it all out to a city like Toronto probably. It's like, there's no shop. Like he's been talking, like he talks to Jack and he's like, why don't you sell this stuff to us? Like this huge greenhouse, bunch of greenhouses, all organic and you can't eat any of it. So it's like, why is that even on the map? So it's like, Google, thank you again for nothing. And Amherstburg just felt a little more touristy. It was just, there was so much going on. It's a more festive town. They throw all these events, like every weekend apparently. They block off the streets in summertime at least, where it's all walking traffic. And it's just like super crowded and people are coming from all over and that could be fun. You're in this small town and then all of a sudden you got all this going on and that's actually one of the reasons we kind of wanted to go there. But at the same time, it just feels a bit busy. And whenever you run into someone, you don't know if they're from here. Whereas Kingsville, it's like, there's not much there. There's a little downtown and some beach area. Like it's mostly houses and farmland and not a lot of people are just traveling and flocking. Oh, we got to see the Shoppers Drug Mart. You wouldn't believe this place. It's not good. We've talked to so many people and some prefer Amherstburg. They're just like, it's so peaceful here. People are so friendly. It's an older town, but they're so nice. And it's the safest town in Ontario. Like you never have to lock up anything. Whereas Kingsville, it's not like it's dangerous. It's still very safe, but it didn't make the top 5 safest cities in Ontario. So it's like, okay, it's a little safer, a little nicer. Another cool thing about Kingsville is it's very close to Leamington, which has everything that Kingsville lacks. So like, when I went to Amherstburg, I didn't see one durian, no frozen durian, no Saba bananas. A lot of things were lacking that I could have had fun eating. Whereas Leamington has that, so it's a bit of a scoot down there, maybe 12 kilometers or something. It's not ridiculous, down a nice farm road. You just hold your breath on those pesticides. And it's like, Leamington has all that, plus the whole Point Pelee Nature Reserve. And then like, come on, that's more nature than anyone could handle. I could scoot there, lock it up, go film some wildlife, scoot back. But for Amherstburg, if you want like something extra special, your next move is like going to Windsor to get that thing. Oh God, have mercy on your soul. Or Detroit, which scares me. I wouldn't mind seeing Detroit. It's gotta be better than Windsor. Anything would be. But you have to get through Windsor to get to Detroit. That could be, you gotta dig a tunnel or something. You know how I've been talking about Leamington and all the migrant Mexican workers, and it just feels like you're in Mexico. Well, Kingsville, it's very different. Even though it's in that same neighborhood, it's not the same amount where it's like you walk out into the streets and it's like you feel like you're in Mexico. Not that there is a problem with that stuff. So I'm in Kingsville in a grocery store, and I look over and I see like 3 Mexican guys walking. I'm like, por favor. And so they're behind me in line, and then this old white dude walks by, and he just like, he's kind of next to them, and the Mexicans were like, do you want to go in front? Like they spoke a little tiny bit of English, and they were like, yeah, don't worry, go ahead. And they were so nice, it made me want to learn Spanish. I'm gonna meet my best Mexican friend out there. So there's a couple of them, but they're nice. You're not even gonna notice them. So our plan is to move to Kingsville. We chose that town. We're still sending in our application, so hopefully we get approved. We might not, and then we're like, maybe Amherstburg, I don't know, like, but to me, it's not really an option anymore, knowing that it's right next to a nuclear power plant. It's very close to Windsor, it's polluted, the air's not as good, the food's not as good, and then it's more of like a touristy gimmick kind of town, just all these flashy LED lights at night, and they look cool the first time you're walking through it, but then you're just like, these lights, I just want the stars. And it seems like there's a bit more nature in Kingsville. We have the beach, and you're near a lake. It's just a much bigger lake than that tiny little river looking across to Illuminati Island over there. So it's like there's just not as much nature surrounding the city, and it smells worse. And there was a trail in Amherstburg, and then I look it up and I'm seeing Google reviews, and people are just saying like, yeah, this is not really like kept up. It's very overgrown, and I got 19 ticks and I'm dying. And it's just like, these aren't like Toronto paths where you know it's being maintained and you can actually walk, where it's like foot-high grass and alligators and shit. Kingsville just feels right for us. It's a fit, like a glove on a foot. It's good times ahead for all of us, so I think we chose well. Hopefully we get the place, and then we're moving there. Small town vegetable police coming to a city near you. I'm gonna stand out like a sore thumb. I'm always vlogging on the streets. People, the word's gonna spread. Oh, there goes that guy. God, what diet's he on now? Fruitarian? He bought all our fruit. I just wanted some lemon slices for the party. He bought it all for juice or something. I'm impossible to deal with, but Kingsville, I can't wait. I'm really excited about it. Cannot wait. Hopefully I get improved, and we're moving in a couple months. So fun times ahead. Thanks for watching, and thumbing up the video, of course. What do you think? Amherstburg versus Kingsville? Do you have thoughts that could sway me back? You could thumb the video down, but it's because you're the mayor of Amherstburg, and you frown upon my decision-making abilities. They were unresearched, with zero education, all conspiracy theories. I'm with you, and it's possible. Cute little town, I must say. It's got its charm. I felt very safe walking at night. You could never, like, feel afraid. I managed it a couple times, but it's great. Whereas Kingsville, I don't know. Maybe Amherstburg has some moments ahead. That's not how you say that. Thanks for the Bitcoin donation. Subscribe for more videos.